Hey guys, we are at chapter 51 of Lemons, which is titled Skunk Stink and 10 Crooked Toenails. Whoop! That was number 13. And 13 whoops times every 5 minutes is exactly 1 hour and 5 minutes that I've been searching with nothing to show for it. I hear Mr. Harold's muffled whoop back through the trees, and I sigh. I do miss Tobin. Tobin and his endless Bigfoot details and his eye rolling and his aversion to Twinkies. Being a solo expeditioner isn't all it's cracked up to be. When I get hot and I feel like a rest, I crawl under the shade of a large pine. The trunk is fatter than me with both arms straight out at my sides, and the bottom row of needles is nearly 3 feet from the ground. I sit down cross-legged and I dig the Twinkie out of my pocket. It's pancake squished now. After being in my shorts for so long, it's just flattened. I carefully peel the plastic off the cake, listening to the sounds of the forest. It's kind of like the city, except not at all. Instead of honking horns, birds sing. Instead of bustling feet, crickets chirp. Instead of Miss K practicing for the opera, mosquitoes are buzzing. And instead of smelling like Mr. Chin's glorious crispy fried egg rolls, it smells like pine and moss and dirt and grass and skunk. Actually, wet skunk. Wait. Skunk? I stop chewing and I hold my breath. Birds sing, crickets chirp, mosquitoes buzz, and a twig snaps, and branches swing, and footsteps stomp. And there's a skunk stink. Strong skunk stink that's getting worse and worse by the second. I hold my nose and breathe out of my mouth. Oh, maybe it's Mr. Harold again coming to search for me. Maybe I forgot to whoop enough. That's it. It's gotta be Mr. Harold. He was so worried about me going alone. Whoop! I call between cupped hands. Whoop! I hear from way back at the fence post. Uh-oh. And then I hear that howl. The same one we heard in the tent the night we stayed out in Mr. Harold's yard. Woo! That sound makes me jump so high I almost drop my Twinkie in the dirt, and I sit frozen, waiting, watching, worrying, wishing Tobin was sitting here next to me. And that's when I see feet. Reddish, brown feet. Furry feet. They just passed the cover of the bottom bough of the thick pine. Great, big, bare feet with actual toes and black, crooked toenails. All 10 toes stop in front of me, and the rest of whatever belongs to the feet crouches down and peers at me under the pine branch. This time, it's not Mr. Harold. It's not me. It's not a man either. And it's not even